to make a statement.
Please do.
Is it safe to say that the Niners have the easiest schedule in the NFC?
Oh, I don't know, but they definitely have the easiest schedule in the NFC West. I haven't looked at everyone else's schedule, but it's got to be in the running.
It's easy
I heard
schedule.
that Tampa has a good schedule too. I haven't looked at it though.
No, I haven't either.
Tampa's supposed to have a good an easy schedule.
But it's like we were talking about this. You look at the Niners schedule and stuff. You look at their, how do I say this? Like their overall like talent level and where they should, if everybody had an even schedule in the NFL, where they
Yeah.
would rank in the NFC. They would be like 7, 6, 8, somewhere in there. But with their schedule, we were talking about this, how they can probably be the 1 through 3 seed. They could be anywhere in there because
You could.
Amin had them like 14, 13 wins. I had them 12 wins. Benjamin had them 11 wins. Those
Okay.
are a lot of wins that can
Yeah.
get you within the first 4 spots. But they're not that they are a talented team, but they're not 1 to 3 seed talented team.
Well, look at it this way. They do have 2 games on the road to start the season, which isn't great, but it's Detroit and Philly. They
Exactly.
should win those games. They should start the season 2-0. That's a good way to start. Last season they started 0-1. That's a rough way to start.
I also saw your thumbnail for the video where it was like last 2 times we started off playing Detroit, Super Bowl win, Super Bowl win. So who knows? It could be like that again.
If they just get a little stability at the quarterback position and better luck with injuries and D'Amico Ryans is up to the task, this team's going to be great.
Yeah, well, good news is, also want to ask this, do you think Trey Lance will start week 1?
I already bet my dad that he will. So, yeah, if nothing I saw yesterday makes me change my opinion. I've had a feeling that he was going to come in and look ready. I saw Kaepernick. Kaepernick was 23, but he never played under center. He was in that pistol offense, and he needed to learn how to do that to play on the Niners, and he was fumbling snaps. It was like, this guy can't play. Trey Lance he can play. The question is now, is he better than Jimmy? Not, is he like going to embarrass himself? Is he ready? He's ready. Is he better than Jimmy? We'll see. I haven't seen him against vets yet.
Well, good news is he got, how many games you got in the preseason this year? 3, 4? And then you got 3 games in preseason, and then you got 2 actual games to get ready because, hate to say it, but Detroit, they're probably not going to be that big of a challenge. And then, I mean, the Eagles aren't bad, but, like, we should beat them.
It just seems to me that, like, it's really not a choice. Everyone's like, well, what do you think Kyle's going to choose to make Trey Lance a starter? If Trey Lance is great in the preseason and Jimmy Garoppolo is Jimmy Garoppolo, fans are going to demand that Trey Lance is the starter. And I don't think the Niners want to go against that. And then if he's not that much better than Jimmy, but Jimmy starts week 1 and loses to the Lions, fans are going to demand that Trey Lance is going to be the starter next week. So it's kind of going to be organic in a sense, I think.
All right, yeah. So, last thing.
Mhm.
What do you think is the 49ers trap game? Like, where you feel like they think that they got an easy win, but it's going to be
Atlanta at home. Atlanta at home. It was the same one 2 years ago. It's late in the season. It's right before they have to fly to Tennessee and lose that scheduled Thursday night awful game. Atlanta at home. No one really thinks that much of Atlanta. Their defense is historically not good, but they have a new coaching staff. Arthur Smith, the head coach, is better than whatever, who was it, Dirk Cutter, whoever the hell the offensive coordinator was there last year. He's better. And then the defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, was with the Ravens for a long time. He's way better than Dan Quinn, who's terrible. So, and then the addition of Kyle Pitts to go along with Hayden Hurst and Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Yeah, that's a stacked team. It's a contender.
I would honestly say the Vikings, because you look at what we got. Our toughest part of the schedule, we go Colts, Bears, Cardinals, Rams, and then we see it starts to easen up with the Jaguars. And then you got the Vikings, where you're probably going to overlook them. I had them losing because I think we're going to overlook them too much. They're a good football team. You look at Dalvin Cook last year.
It's a brutal stretch, by the way. Brutal.
Dalvin Cook balled out last year.
He might be the best running back in the league. He's
exactly.
amazing.
He's in top 2 or 100% or top 300%. Because you look at Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey and all those guys. Dalvin Cook was putting up numbers like that last year, and he balled out when they played Green Bay, who has a
Yeah.
stellar defense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They just something about Vikings. They get overlooked way too much. Like in the playoffs last year.
No, the Vikings are better than the Falcons. I was actually taking them for granted. That is definitely a game the Niners could lose. The Niners are lucky that it's a home game. But as you mentioned, it's at the end of a brutal stretch. Say it again, Colts.
So Colts, Bears, Cardinals.
Hold
Rams.
on. Colts at home, Bears in Chicago. That's 2,000 miles. Then you come back and you play what?
You play Cardinals at home and then Rams at home.
That's a tough team. And that's another tough team. And then what's after? That's 4 tough games.
You got the Jaguars, so I said
Again, that's 3,000 miles.
exactly. And you're going to start to ease up. You're going to think, okay, it's going to start getting easier. But then you get another team like the Vikings that you're just going to overlook, and they're a really tough.
Absolutely. So the Vikings are the 6th team in a brutal stretch. In that stretch, you have 2 cross-country trips, and the Vikings are at the end of the second one. They could be exhausted by that. Absolutely. So you're facing the Vikings when you're tired. When they creamed the Vikings in the playoffs, the Vikings were gassed. They had played, I think, 6 days earlier in New Orleans. Back-to-back road games is brutal.
Yeah, exactly.
Niners coming off a bye.
They're always overlooked, like especially the Saints games. They beat them twice, the Minnesota Miracle, and you like that? Like that?
Especially when Kellen Mond becomes their starting quarterback.
Exactly. No, I mean, Kirk Cousins is going to get old. Kirk Cousins reminds me a lot of like Phillip Rivers is going to get old like that. And then Kellen Mond's going to have to take over. Could be sooner, could be later. You never know.
Can't wait. Hey, man, great to see you. Let me know when you're going live next. But don't overwork your, vocal cords, man. You got a whole life ahead of you.